don't have a ticket, we'll pass tickets out again before when we get done with announcements. Okay, everybody, welcome to Day 6 of Quartzfest 2026. It's almost come to an end. Tomorrow's our last day.
No.
Yeah, boo.
Tomorrow's when I get my radio.
You know, we came out here to happy hour in 2012, and we had gotten up to 663 attendees at Quartzfest from 128 in 2010. And somebody said during closing ceremony, this has gotten so big and so good, let's do 2 weeks next year. So I said, I know the person that plans it, we might be able to do that. That was a mistake. We did 12 days, and was I ever tired after that? Anyway, let's get started here. Steven, WM7X, are you here? Anybody from the testing team?
That's Steven Eater. He's probably busy.
He's actually changing.
I interviewed him this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, he had a bad brake or something like that, grinding when he backed in. Okay, so he's changing out his brakes or axle. Brian, N6CVO. Come on up. And I did it right again.
Yes. All right.
Well, thank you, Chris, and everybody. So just a quick update. The balloon we launched on Monday, last night or early this morning, entered Iran's airspace. Some of you that are really astute looked at the data besides just the map and started asking me why there was some zero altitude as it crossed the border. Well, the GPS was spoofed, and they spoofed it and said it was at zero altitude. So there's about a 2-hour period when it crossed the border that it was spoofed.
So it wouldn't get shot down or something?
It wasn't shot down. It didn't go down to zero. And then when it was near Tehran, there's a couple missing data points, and that's generally what happens when the GPS is jammed. So that balloon's doing well. It went to sleep early this morning, and it should be waking up around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and it'll probably be in the middle of Afghanistan or heading further east. So that one's doing good. The other one launched on Wednesday is currently, it just went to sleep, and it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's on a really high-speed path across the Atlantic. Usually it takes a number of days. It's already halfway across, so it's doing well. And then finally, I just want to thank everyone again, all the people that pull me aside and thank me or thank my buddy Jed in 6JED for all the work we did. We really appreciate it. And that's why we do it, because everyone seems to enjoy it. So thank you again.
Thank you guys
Thank you.
for coming and doing it.
Thank you, Brian. This year, what, 4 or 5 you've done this for us? Brian, this is what, year 4 or 5 you've done this out here?
At least 5.
Yeah, at least that, yeah. How many of you are interested in watching the balloon launch tomorrow? Tomorrow, the balloon launch tomorrow will be different from the Pico balloons. Tomorrow's launch will be done by the Arizona Near Space Research Group, and they fill a balloon with helium, or not helium, but hydrogen, and send it up. The Pico balloons go up 40 to 45,000 feet and circumnavigate the world. The Arizona Near Space Research balloon goes up to about 90,000 feet, although it burst at 45 last year. It goes up hopefully to 90,000 feet, and it expands so much it bursts. They have a parachute on it with all their telemetry equipment and the APRS and all that, and it floats down to Earth. And the crew that sends it up goes out, chases it, and brings back the leftovers. So they'll be back long after closing ceremony tomorrow. The launch tomorrow is at 11 o'clock. The schedule says 10. Clayton said the launch will be at 11, but he said you can show up right across the wash here behind me at about 9:30 if you want to start coming about 9:30, and they'll answer all the questions you have. So that's 9:30 to 11 tomorrow for the Arizona Near Space Research launch. Tomorrow, is our last day of Quartzfest 2026. And all of our equipment out here has to go back to storage. So about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll gather over by the welcome tent and start tearing down the tent. Well, we don't tear it down. It got torn down last year. We'll take it down, and the bulletin boards will load up all the PAs except for here at Area 1, because we need them for closing ceremony. We'll load up the tables except one here, well, two here at Area 1, and have the trailer, Dave, I can't remember his call sign, showed up, or got a hold of me a month or so ago after I sent a newsletter out saying that we were going to be loading up our stuff in storage and bringing it down here. Dave had a flatbed trailer. I think it's about a 30-foot, 25 or 30-foot trailer. And he offered to bring his truck. He lives about 20 minutes from here. And his trailer down here to take a storage and load stuff up. And he did. And he'll be back here again tomorrow with his trailer to load stuff to take back. It's going to be a smaller trailer this time when he comes back. So we will need at least 2 pickup trucks with empty beds to help take stuff back to storage. So at 10 o'clock, we'll meet at the welcome tent, and we need volunteers for that. Closing ceremony is tomorrow at noon, 12 o'clock for those of you that, yeah. Grand prize drawing will be after a few announcements. And our grand prize, as you know, this year is an ICOM 705 that was donated by ICOM. Ray, the national sales manager for ICOM, is an old Quartzfester, and he has been donating radios to us since 2019, his first year or second year here. Our attendance that year was, when he talked to me, was about 800. And he said he was going to introduce the ICOM 9700 right here at Quartzfest that year. Instead of taking it to Hamcation in Orlando, he introduced it right here at Quartzfest. And he told me if we got to 1,000 sign-ins, he would donate a 9700 to Quartzfest. So our grand prize that year was a 9700 because we hit 1,050 that year. So that was pretty awesome. So every year since then, he's donated a radio. This year is an ICOM 705. You must be present to win. And as you know, cutoff for getting his grand prize tickets was noon Thursday. We did a cutoff of noon Thursday because back in probably 2012 when Kenwood, Phil Parton with Kenwood was donating, I think it was a THD 74 handheld back then. We didn't have a cutoff, and people were showing up for the swap meet on Saturday, signing in, getting a ticket, and being eligible for the grand prize. So these manufacturers donate the equipment to us for those who attend Quartzfest, so we set a cutoff. So that's noon. After our drawings tomorrow, we have to take our equipment to storage in town. So we'll need, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 people to ride along with us to go into town and do that unloading into storage. We do have a indoor storage, climate control storage, because of our sensitive equipment, our projector and PAs and all that. We don't want capacitors drying out in the 120-degree heat during the summer, so we have an enclosed temperature control storage. Next on the list is Carrie. You want to come up and talk about starting the fire tonight.
Well, we didn't have much of a chance to start the fire last night because the hootenanny went a little bit late, so we kind of rushed it. But tonight, 5:45, we'll be practicing. Anybody that wants to learn how to use a piece of carbon steel and a piece of quartz and make some fire out of it, show up here and we'll let you try it, okay? Thank you.
Like they started fires in the old days, flint and quartz.
And steel. Yeah, you got to.
And steel, yes. Jeff, KQ6UT, come on up.
Thank you, Chris. Is everybody having a good time? I sure hope so. And before I say what I wanted to say, I want to thank Chris for his 15 years of dedicated service here. She has dedicated probably half of her life to this. Anyway, how many people out here know the individual that was credited, at least, with making our hobby possible? Who is that?
Yeah, Gordon West.
Nobody knows. How about Marconi? I have just finished a book. It's nonfiction. It's written by Eric Larson with an O, Larson, and it's called Thunderstruck. And it's the whole history and how that all came to be in the late 1800s until the 1900s, of course, when radio was invented. So if you like to read, please get a copy of it. It's available on Amazon. You can get a hard copy. You can get it on the reading, all these platforms and so forth. So have a good time, and I'll turn it back over to Chris.
Thank you, Jeff.
Drop your ticket.
Behind her chair.
It's behind, it's behind Chris.
Behind my chair.
Yeah.
That's dinner. That's my peanuts.
Okay, for those of you waiting on the porta potties to be emptied, I called about 45 minutes ago to All Pro Pumping, and she said they were 10 to 15 minutes out, and I haven't seen them yet.
We can take them to All Pro and deliver them.
They were in Siloam emptying porta potties and all that stuff this morning and part of this afternoon. And when I talked to her, she said they were on their way down here. And
Likely story.
I guess just hold your legs together. So they'll be here eventually today. So who's ready for raffles? Does anybody not have a raffle ticket?
I'm sure there's one or two.
Come on up here and we'll get you raffle tickets. Yes. Nighttime schedule. I think Don said he was going to. He might show a movie. Yeah, Don said he was going to show a movie. I think Making Waves. I think was the name of the movie.
There's got to be some double dippers in there.
Chris skipped the 1830 listing, which says that Don is going to talk about talking like a
I don't want
hen.
to get near them.
And in the description, if you read the description, it said it's going to be a poorly prepared presentation. And I'm 100% behind that. And at 8 o'clock,
You been checking them out?
at 8 o'clock, come on over here, the cord is short. Aho will tell you what's going on at 8.
Okay, thanks, Don. At 8 o'clock, NU70E is sponsoring the movie Making Waves, which is sort of rom-com that involves ham radio and somebody stranded in a satellite and so on and so forth. It was shown here once before several years ago, so this is kind of a rerun. Oh yeah, in Area 2 at 8 o'clock.
And All Pro Pumping just showed up. So you can uncross your legs.
You might be smelling something there shortly.
Rob, KC6TYD, did I get that right? Boy, I'm getting better. I'll learn someday. Rob did the led the antenna walkabout today, and he's going to tell us all about it.
Okay, thank you. I want to say thanks to all the participants that showed up. We had about 50 plus to begin with, and it got hot and it started to dwindle, so that's okay. Took about 2 hours, and we had 15 presenters, and we had a really good mix from end feds to verticals to hex beams, delta loops, mobiles. We had a magnetic loop.
How to make your solar quiet.
There you go. How to make your solar quiet. I love it. And of course, Randy showed us his big, giant satellite array over there. So thank you. This is my first time trying to do this. I saw that it was not on the schedule, so I thought, now we can't have a Quartzfest without a antenna walkabout. So hope you got something out of it, and if we'll do it again next year. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for volunteering to do it next year. Okay, we're just about ready for raffles. Lynn's almost finished separating tickets. And somebody left a whole bunch of fly traps up. I think they're fly traps. Is that what they're? Yeah.
Venus?
Window fly traps. So along with multiple number of peanuts, we have multiple number of fly traps.
Peanuts and fly traps.
I don't know how many, but we have